What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Unearthly Duo. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Nick.
Today, our main topic is going to be Game of Thrones theories.
So, Hess shouldn't watch this.
Yeah, Hess, if you're watching this, turn it off now.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know who Hess is, he's the one guy on the planet that isn't caught up on Game of Thrones.
Wow.
I mean, can you think of anybody else
No.
that actually watches the show
But isn't caught
and then
up.
took a break and then decided to do a podcast on the show?
And now has watched seasons 1, 2, and 3 twice.
Yeah.
But hasn't seen past 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Good thing he's not watching anymore. We're kind of talking shit now.
Hopefully he turned it off.
Yeah.
You fucking cock.
Wow.
So before we get into our Game of Thrones stuff, we got some stuff I want to talk about in the beginning. First thing, before we get into what we've been into, I don't know why this randomly popped into my head last night, but it reminded me of a little ghost story that happened to me like a month or two ago.
What?
And I wanted to get your opinion, because I don't know if I believe it was a ghost thing, but it was just a weird encounter, and I didn't know how else to explain it.
Well, you know how I feel about ghosts.
You used to date a ghost back in high school.
No.
Carlos? You don't remember?
No.
Oh, fun guy. You remember when I was watching Mima's house like a month ago?
Mm-mm.
Oh. Sorry, I'm paranoid.
No, I just took you over there, picked you up.
Yeah, like every time.
Yeah.
So I was there, and I set up that TV on the table connected to the laptop, so it was like dual monitors, basically.
Yeah.
When I was setting that
I
up,
kind of just want to say no to every question you asked me.
you know how I have like a humongous nipple? I
Yeah.
was gonna say penis. When I was setting that up, I was doing some shit. I kept hearing noises. Her house makes a lot of noises and weird shit, anyways, in general. But I went to go find my phone to send you a picture of the two monitors together.
Mm-hmm.
And I know because when I was setting up, I had the computer and everything in my hand, and I set the computer on the table. I set my phone on the, she's got that counter next to the dining room table.
Yeah.
I set my phone there, set everything up, and then went to get it, and it was gone. And I was like, what the fuck? What did I do with my phone? And I was looking all over the house, couldn't find it. So then I got her house phone, and I called my cell phone, and it rang on like the little recliner couch, but like the far left one, closest to the wall, underneath a blanket on that couch. And I was like, okay, well, I know for sure I wasn't there. And I doubt a dog grabbed and did all that shit. So I have no idea how it got there. But I was looking for it for like a half hour, and I couldn't find it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bunch of other weird shit that kept going on that night. Like I heard the garage door open and random shit like that. The baby toys kept going off in the back room. That happens like every time I watch the house. But
Does that scare you?
it did at first, but now it's just kind of annoying. But I wasn't scared when that happened, but I was like, oh, it's really weird because I know for sure I set my phone on the counter, and it wasn't there.
You don't think Jordy got it?
He jumped up on the counter, got my phone, ran over, hid it under a blanket.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't buy that.
or Casper did it.
I think Casper did it, or
What?
Carlos, your ex-boyfriend.
Were they Googling stuff? How do you scare Jerome?
Well, they did a halfway decent job. So do you think the dogs were in a cahoots and trying to get me?
No, that dog's a fucking little beast.
But don't you think I would notice a dog jumping up on the counter?
We're
and
talking
grabbing-
about you.
That's true. I'm wearing kind of baggy pants, and it keeps bunching up, and it's real annoying.
Mm.
Not really a podcast talk, but whatever.
You're like, yeah, my junk's all in my ass.
So what have you been into this week, pal?
I've been ghost hunting.
Oh, so you don't believe in my ghost story, but then you go ghost hunting.
It's the funny thing about ghosts. What do they want?
Freedom. When do they want it? Now.
No, seriously.
Well, I don't think they know.
Like, what would be the
Isn't
point?
it just a confused spirit when you think? Or if even it's not that, if you're dead, you're just dicking around because you're bored.
I might buy that.
They already watched everything on Netflix, so now they're fucking with me and taking my phone.
They're like, dude, we've watched this Friends 8 times.
You know what Mom said? She was leaving one night and she was hearing noises that night too.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, oh, maybe it's a little boy and he wants to play with you. Give him some candy. And I was like, that's the one thing they tell you in every horror movie is to not offer them something. Or you're going to, all of a sudden, fucking Satan's going to be in the house dangling my cock in front of me unless I do shit.
Wait a second. How do you give a little boy ghost candy?
Well, you would just, I don't know. But she told me to give it an offering.
So she's not helping your situation.
No. But you know what made it worse that night? It was because of the wind. But it was perfect timing. It was scary as fuck. As she was saying that, she closed the door to leave the house. She was walking to her car. All of a sudden, Mima's bedroom door slams shut really loud. I was like, ah! And I ran out the door to her. And I was like, oh my fucking God. She's like, it's just because the wind. It went through the doggy door. And then I went inside the room and there wasn't much wind. I'm still in my head just going to believe that's what happened. But it's perfect timing and scared the shit out of me.
You know, it's funny. You know, I'm twice as old as you.
Yeah, most fathers are.
Yeah, and I've never had a ghost encounter.
You've never had a single, like, ooh, maybe it was a little ghoul. I think it's because in your head you don't believe in that shit. So if
Oh.
something happens, you instantly, because you think you're the smartest guy in the room,
I think
you put together what it probably is. And
yeah, 'cause the door slammed. Oh, it's windy outside. No ghost. That's what I think.
I think, oh, I'm going to get murdered. Michael Myers was in the house.
See, that's a movie.
Can you explain this?
Probably.
I was taking a shower at our house. I was like,
Totally thought you were gonna say shit.
I was like 12 years old probably. I was there by myself. I don't know why Taylor wasn't there, but
I don't think that matters in the whole story.
yeah, I was maybe I was a little older than 12. I was young though. I was taking a shower. Barney was still alive. I walked out. It was before Noah too. None of this matters to anybody, but to you it kind of shows that when it happened. I walked out of her room after taking a shower, and the backyard door was wide open. And right as I looked over and saw that, the garage door slammed. Barney started freaking out, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And I either called Taylor or Willow or both. And I was on the phone with them. I was like, just like to have someone in case I was getting murdered to like know I'm dead.
To put them through something.
Yeah.
Now, see, if there's like an intruder, that's different than a ghost.
You see, I thought I was an intruder, but then once I didn't see anybody, then I was like, oh, it was a ghoul.
So you think a ghost closed the garage? Open the garage? Was it open or closed? I wasn't listening.
It was the inside door of the garage doors slammed shut.
Did it?
It did. That's happened multiple times being there.
So it was shut. It opened up like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah,
and then slammed back shut.
as I looked over and saw the backyard door open, and I was like, oh, that's weird. But I kind of thought, oh, the wind could open that up, or like the dogs, because her dogs are going scratching on it and shit.
Mhm.
But then at the same time that happened, and then Barney lost his shit, and we were like walking down the hall together, and like he was like barking at the garage door, and wouldn't leave it alone for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was the wind.
The wind in the garage opened the garage door.
There's like 4 doors down that hall. I bet you heard her. It was a different door, and you just thought it was that.
No,
door.
that has a distinct sound.
It does, and I think in your little.
Because I wasn't
scared of
I wasn't
ghosts.
scared until that slammed shut, so it couldn't have been.
Oh, you weren't scared when you saw the back door open?
No, because I saw that and I was like, oh, and then once that door happened, I was like, oh fuck, something's going on here.
And what went on?
Well, I don't know. I talked to Taylor for like an hour that night, and I was like, well, I think if it's a person that they're probably fucked off by now, and if it's a ghoul,
It's someone like hiding behind the couch. Like, fuck, is this guy ever gonna get off the phone so I can murder him?
That's my thinking, and then I didn't get off the phone.
Like, if you're gonna murder someone, you break into their house. What do you care if they're on the phone?
Well, because I could be on the phone with the police.
Doubtful.
But yeah, so you don't believe in any of that.
No.
Comment down below. I'm just interested. Comment down below what your thoughts are on ghosts. Anybody watching this?
I just don't. I haven't. I've never in my life had anything like that
Anything
happen.
close?
No.
We gotta take you. Well, see, the thing is too. I feel like because like you go to we went to Jerome, the supposedly haunted town,
Right.
and nothing happened there. But I feel like it's because kind of like, one, if you go to a place expecting that, I feel like you're never gonna get anything. I feel like it always has to be unexpected. But like I feel like if it's a place that's supposed to be, and then there's thousands of people there hoping ghost encounters happen, like if they are like nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I feel like that kind of ruins it.
The ghosts are like, fuck this.
Yeah, like, and then I feel like too, part of the fun of being a ghost would be like, oh, let's scare these little fuckers.
Yeah, but you don't want to get caught because then you go to ghost jail or something.
Oh, is that a thing?
No. Like, can ghosts touch you? Is that a rule?
See, in the movies.
No. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't have like a ghost Bible.
But do you see my point?
No, I see your point, and it's annoying because I don't have any thing to counter
I just
it.
don't. You want to go in the bathroom and say Bloody Mary 3 times? Or
We used
times,
in second or third grade.
Everybody did that in second and third.
No,
grade.
but I don't know. With the teacher, it'd be movie time, so we'd sneak out of the classroom and we'd go and they'd be like, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. And then my friends would always be dicks and they'd
Scratch
run
you.
out and they'd lock the door because it was almost like a jail cell door on the outside of the bathroom for when they locked you when school's over. They'd run out and then close it and lock me in there. I'd freak out because I think Bloody Mary is gonna come and get me, but she never did.
No, she
No,
never came.
Never got me.
That's weird.
I remember one kid was in there and doing that, and he was just by himself, and he came back to the class crying. He's like, I swear to God, man, she showed up. And we believed it, but then a year later, we're like, he was a fucking liar.
You think?
But we were in second grade, so
It'd
we
be
were
cool if he comes out and he's just all scratched up and shit and bleeding. You'd be,
we're like, what happened? He's like, oh, nothing.
No, she didn't appear, I swear.
So now back, what have you gotten into?
Well, I finished Making a Murderer.
Yeah, I did. I'm still on episode 4 of that.
You're not going to finish it.
I might eventually. I don't know. I'm just this season. Like I was interested, and then the more I went along, I was just like, nothing's gonna happen.
That's the problem. Is Mom finished it first, so
I think that was definitely a big part. I heard like the ending in her room, and I was like, well, that doesn't make me want to watch it.
no, and like it, literally, nothing happened.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. Do you think there'll be a season 3? I mean, it took them 2 years to make this one, so who knows?
I mean, if he gets out, there's definitely gonna be a season 3. But
Yeah. See, the thing is too, if he gets out, we'll know all this stuff before. Like, maybe won't know some of the minor details,
yeah.
but we'll know most of it by the time the new season comes out.
I started following the lawyer Kathleen Zellner.
See, I follow Making a Murderer on Twitter, so they retweet a lot of her stuff.
I
so
started
just see
following
that.
her, and she, in the last 2 days, has tweeted about Ken Kratz like 3 times, calling him a sweaty something. It was so that's entertaining.
Yeah, she tweets a lot.
I didn't like her at first. As it went along, I realized hers is the most interesting because they're trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah, and the other people just kind of be like, "Hey, this guy's disabled. Can you let
I
him
mean,
go?"
they even
Like,
did
tricked
this.
him.
They reenact this part where they're
That stuff was really interesting. I did stop watching it, but like it was especially like going into like the.
well,
the
they have
Avery-
a part where like they found some phone records and like where she and someone else, like a witness, said they saw the car at a certain point after like she had been at the Avery's house.
Oh.
They have Bobby Dassey running her down with a car and like flagging her down for a picture, and maybe stepdad helping, and which is weird. You're like, oh yeah, no, I'm saving this guy. Okay, now your other family members, they might have killed her,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna help him.
It does very. I do feel like it's someone else in the family.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it was potentially Bobby Dassey and his dad.
It's his stepdad.
Yeah, whatever.
But I mean, was it even his? Yeah, I guess it was his stepdad at that point. I don't know. It's hard to tell what's. I mean, there's times for. Like. I don't trust Stephen Avery either. So like.
I get that.
I don't
Sometimes.
trust him.
Especially after your point with his defense was he doesn't wear underwear.
Yeah. I don't trust him. I don't trust the cops.
Yeah, everybody in it isn't helping the case. I feel like the only like decent person in it is Kathleen, but she's in it like 10 years, 20 years too late.
And she's also in it for the publicity.
Yeah, yeah.
The only thing I will say is like, so the one cop that was in the first season that he got the call originally saying that that someone else confessed to it, and then he never told anybody supposedly, or they never, you know. And then I forget his name. And then he was on trial, and he was one of the ones getting sued. He's also the one that called in the license plate and then goes, "Is that a '99 Toyota?"
And the girl's like, "I can't tell you that," or whatever. And he's
no,
like,
no. She said, "Yeah." And they're like, "So were you looking at the car?" And he's like, "Nope." And they're like, "Well, because she didn't say that. How did you know if you're just calling it in?" And I forget what he said, but he is also the one that the witness told, who saw the car, was a truck driver, and said, "Hey, the car's down there. I saw it the other day, and or I spotted that car." He like saw it like in the missing
like a poster thing
poster,
or billboard
yeah.
or whatever.
Told the cop, and then it was that cop.
Oh.
So it was probably then when he called it in.
And so, "Oh, is it this?" And she's like, "Yeah."
And then their theory is that that the ex-boyfriend, who I don't trust either, is the one who drove it back on the Avery property.
Oh.
So what she?
It would be interesting if they did find out what happened. I feel like that's not going to be the case.
No, and what her theory is that Bobby Dassey and the stepdad killed her.
And then that guy moved it, the vehicle.
And then they moved it, and the cops framed Avery because they just assumed he did it.
They probably they assumed, but didn't have the evidence, so they framed it.
So they framed it, and then that's what helped them get away with it.
Yeah, I think the only way I feel like you'd catch them is if some moment they're talking about it and you like have a wire on somebody there.
Like the Jinx. I almost wanted to rewatch the Jinx because
I don't know
Jinx
if they
was
still
better,
are, but
way better.
Yeah, aren't they didn't they say they're making more Jinx?
I don't know.
Because I know they were gonna do like the trial of him and stuff, but I feel like it's been so long. Like he's got to be.
It has been a while.
It's gonna be done soon. Either that or they just decided not to do it. But I was like really looking forward to that. Because I remember I watched this first, and I was like, "Oh, that was really good." And you're like, "Well, you should watch the Jinx. It's supposedly similar." And I watched the Jinx, and I was like, "Oh, that was so much better."
We never watched the movie with Ryan Gosling, right?
No, I don't think so. That would be interesting to watch.
Yeah, because that's where the Jinx came from. Was
They
that movie?
should make a sequel.
Yeah.
So you've been finishing that. I watched. So I'm not usually very big on sitcoms. We even talked last week. Like I didn't watch a lot of How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
So that Taylor always tries to get me to watch The Office. I watched most of The Office with you when I was younger, and then I never finished that. But I actually
You're not a very happy guy to watch.
well, to
sitcoms.
me, I like to watch like series that have like big plots that go out throughout. Like I'm like Doctor Who right now. I'm not liking it because every single episode's different. So I just feel like it's kind of like not pointless, but it's just weird because like there's no story throughout it. Then I've been watching The Good Place, which is like it's totally like a sitcom for me. It's Kristen Bell. She wakes up in The Good Place, and Ted Danson's there, and he like tells her so it's like a sci-fi-ish heaven world that she's in. And then at the very end of the episode, like, you find out that like your soulmate's there, and she's talking to this guy and all that. Then Ted Danson leaves, and she's like, "All right, so we got a problem. I'm not supposed to be here." And she says that like the whole like everything there is wrong. Like they got her name right, but everything else is wrong. So then they kind of go throughout that, trying to keep her there and all that.
And she was just going along with it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
But then there's like
I plan on watching it.
there's
maybe.
even more bigger twists throughout like, the whole show. Like pretty much like after every season, like if you walked in and watched me season 2, or you watching season 1, it could ruin the entire season for you. Those things, and especially now this new season, I'm very interested where the twist or whatever's gonna be in this. But I'm really liking it. Like I got caught up within a week now to where they're on TV.
I know, every time I came in here to tell you something, you're watching the fucking Good Place.
It's very easy to binge because it's only like 20-minute episodes. And there's like 12 of them or 13 maybe.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it eventually. Because I heard good things about it before you started watching it. But again, it's like, oh, do I want to watch another sitcom? And then
yeah, Ted Danson is definitely my favorite in it. Because like he's kind of like the weird like, oh, what is Earth stuff and like what's going on here kind of guy. But then he's got his Ted Danson humor.
He's really good.
But I really really like him, and the show's just really funny and very like unique.
Yeah, I heard the creator, and I guess he's the showrunner too, on a podcast, and it sounded interesting. And then I just kept hearing good things about it.
I haven't heard much about it. Then I was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about it, and they were like saying all this stuff, and it just sounded like so weird. And I was like, that does not sound like a sitcom.
Right.
So then I watched it, and the first episode totally feels like a normal sitcom with some random things in it, and then as it goes on, it just gets weirder and weirder.
Really?
Yeah, but I really really like that.
I did start BodyGuard today on Netflix. I think there's
yeah,
only 6 episodes.
Oh really?
Yeah, so like
I did. That is gonna get a season 2. I saw a thing about it. It's like explaining the ending, but I didn't want to read it.
Someone who I work with, who I value their opinion on shows and movies.
Do you value my opinion on
Not
shows and
really.
movies?
You watch Doctor Who. You just said that.
Yeah, but I said it was bad.
True. But it took you how many seasons to figure that out?
I think this is the 13th one, maybe 12th. I can't remember.
So,
maybe 11th.
But like for instance, he told me to watch The Jinx.
Oh.
So
like if he told you to watch Prison Break, you'd probably watch it then.
I would think more of it than if you.
Wow, your own son you'll ignore, but some random fucking stranger at work, you're like,
because
here's your opinion.
Here's the thing: he's not gonna say, "Hey, you should watch Prison Break," and then a minute later go, "Hey, you should watch Supergirl," and then a minute later say, "Hey, you should watch Arrow."
Well, I'm just telling you good shows. What besides Supergirl, telling you good shows to watch.
Hey, you should watch The Walking Dead.
I'm too behind. Rick dies tomorrow. I gotta fucking get caught up.
Or what'll happen?
All right, I'll want to know what happened to Rick.
We'll just watch it tomorrow. Who cares?
But I gotta watch the previous episodes. He
Why?
got hurt in last week's. I know that. I saw people talking about that online. I gotta.
How many seasons ago did I quit Walking Dead?
Four or five, I think.
So proud of myself for that.
I'm not. I needed someone else to fucking watch that bad show.
It's
like good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. Well, so it's very inconsistent and annoying.
So he compared it to, and I just totally forgot the name of it. What's the Showtime show about with Claire Danes and Damian Lewis?
That one that you quit?
Yeah.
I don't remember, but we spoiled it a couple weeks ago in here, I think.
Did we? Okay, so he compared it to that, but he also quit it after the second season.
Was he the guy that like he's like, well, I'm gonna fucking look it up what happened to the guy and all that because mom wouldn't tell you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he compared it. He goes after episode 2 if you don't like it, and then he's like, No, you will like it,
Landscapers are here.
Yeah.
You know, this is our second podcast in a year where these landscapers have made a cameo.
I would say it's the second podcast within a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About Game of Thrones, too. That's the
well, we
key
haven't even
thing.
talked about Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But he said after season, he guarantees I'll like it after episode 2. And I think there's only 6 episodes. So I was like, and I just finished Making a Murderer. I was gonna watch, what you were just talking
Good
about.
Place?
Yeah. But I was like, well, I'll give it a try. And as I sat down,
Well, 6 episodes, too. That's easy. But I'll give that a try, then watch another series.
yeah. So I started it, and literally the first 20 minutes of the episode, I like stopped what I was doing, and was like, holy shit! Like it was like pretty intense.
Do you think if Rob Stark wasn't in it, you wouldn't be interested? Or do you think that helps, or do you think if it's any actor, you'd be good with it?
I think it helped because I was like interested to see what he's capable of doing.
Mm-hmm. Does he still talk with like Game of Thrones? But he's in like New York, so like it's weird.
It's British.
Oh, so he is like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He keeps calling everybody mum,
Oh,
and I'm like, what?
did he talk about Catelyn Stark?
No.
Oh.
So something happens at the beginning of the episode, and it had me good for the first 20 minutes, and then the rest of the episode goes along, and I honestly, at the end, it got slower. It shows his relationship with his wife and everybody else, but at the end, I was like, huh, that's interesting. Like, I don't know.
Like where it's gonna go?
Yeah, like I'm wondering, and so if episode 2 is anywhere near it,
Well, that's the one that he said too. If you don't like it past that,
yeah. So I'll find out tonight because I'll probably watch another episode.
You have to update us next week. If you really like it, I might give it a try. I watched a little bit of the trailer, not much, and I was like, yeah, this looks okay.
Yeah, I don't want to give anything away, so I
Does
just
it become Jon Snow, and you're like, oh, whoa,
no.
next week he'll be Ned?
God, you're like, have an imagination. No wonder you believe in ghosts.
What the fuck's that supposed to
I
mean?
think you know.
Are you ready to get into some Game of Thrones theories?
Yeah.
All right, you want to go first?
Okay, I'll go first.
I gotta pull up mine still.
So the first, so I looked up some. Now I want to say this right off the bat.
What if I don't allow you?
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
We're caught up on Game of Thrones.
Yeah, have been for a while, so
I've
long that
re-
I'm forgetting things.
I read the books. I haven't watched season 7, but the time it was on TV.
Yeah.
So I know what
the
happens.
last time I watched season 7 was when we did our video on it.
I remember what happens.
Yeah, but just vaguely.
Yeah, and I can't wait to get there. Now we're doing a podcast.
Yeah, so we would have probably rewatched it, honestly. And maybe watch even the last one to do theories like this, but we're doing a podcast on Game of Thrones random randoms. Go check it out every Wednesday.
And we're on episode 3 and 4 of season 4 right now.
Yeah, so it would be stupid to go ahead now.
Yeah, so everything's fresh in our mind from beginning of season 4 and before
Behind?
that.
Yeah.
But like some of this shit, I was like reading some theories. I was like, what? Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was one for me. I didn't save it, but it was that Jagan Hagar is gonna be the leader of the Golden Circle, and I was like, who's that again? And then I read another theory that it was that one dude that Cersei sent that guy to go get them, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, well that'd be neat. But like,
Golden Circle.
remember she sent, maybe that's not their name, but the Golden something. She sent the guy to go get to
There are a bunch of sellswords and shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a theory that Jagan Hagar is gonna be the leader of that.
Yeah, I read something about him and Serial
Mhm.
being the same person, and
Yeah, that goes along with that Ned Stark one. That they're the
Yeah.
same person, that they were Ned Stark all along, which I like that theory. I don't think it would ever happen. And I also think it's one of those theories that even if it is true, it'd be weird to explain. Like, it'll just be something that never happens unless it's like the last thing he's like, I'm Ned Stark.
you know, as much shit as the Starks has gone through, it'd be
Mhm.
kind of cool to see him come back to life.
It
But
would,
it's-
and him
it-
like secretly doing shit like that. It's not
But-
gonna happen.
But on the other hand, it would be really stupid. It'd be cool and stupid.
It's kind of like the Man in Black theory, where it's dumb, but if they do it right and they can continue to make it well, then okay.
Yeah.
But I don't see a way for that working out well.
All right, so my first theory that I read and then I want to talk about, Melisandre brings back the dragon that died.
Like turns it into a normal dragon,
Viserion, I think is his name. I am not good at saying
something like
dragon
that.
names. Yeah, so the theory is that its love for Daenerys
Mm-hmm.
breaks like the Night King's curse.
Oh, like he has like warging weird shit that he like makes them White Walkers with.
But because it's the filled Daenerys' love or whatever so much that breaks the curse, and then Melisandre then brings it back to life because it would still be dead theoretically.
Yeah.
I think that's like pretty stupid.
Well, I don't see the point in that. Like, what would be the point of waste? Because there's only 6 episodes, so like they're gonna take time to break the like that. I feel like that'd be a whole episode almost doing all that shit. You know?
They are keeping Melisandre around though.
Yeah.
I think it's to kill her,
She was doing a lot of just random shit in the background last season.
and they've banished her.
Yeah.
You know, they were like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here."
You know, there's one series just because he was kind of there too. Can't think of his name right now. The mermaid guy.
Varys.
Varys. Yeah.
I like how you call him the mermaid.
Well, I couldn't
guy.
think of his name, but this goes with. There's a theory I read that, and someone's like saying, "Give me your wackiest theories on Reddit," and someone commented that he really isn't a eunuch, and that instead of like showing everybody die, the last scene is just him fucking every character from Game of Thrones.
Wow.
And then someone else replied to that going, "God, I hate this year gap. Everybody's theories are fucking dumb."
Yeah, I agree. I could see Varys killing her.
I hope he does something kind of like really cool in the end.
Because of the magic, and he's actually been. He's a little.
He'll put her in a box like he's got that one guy.
Which we totally forgot about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for the most part, he's good.
Yeah.
He wants the good of the realm. He says that 1,000,000 times, but
But there's some bad things that happen that he could probably change, but he kind of sits back.
Right.
But it is for the greater good. He kind of sits back.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. I think that theory's kind of stupid, but I thought it was interesting.
This theory, this is one that I got a couple that I don't think will happen, but I thought they were interesting.
Okay.
This one is for Cersei and Gendry. It's basically saying that Gendry is secretly Cersei's son.
Oh.
And it says, she says, this is like, it's like, it even has a little screen grab of it. "I lost my first boy, a little black-haired beauty." And then he says, but talking about his mom, "She died when I was a little younger. She had yellow hair." And like he doesn't know anything about her. And
that's how they link them together. Huh?
And that's how people just read those two, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta be." And he was the king's bastard son.
Yeah.
So you could like say, "Oh, he just did that and like hid it away from Cersei." But I feel like that would be weird for him to do.
The only problem is when she said she lost her first son, I don't think she meant like she misplaced him.
Well, no, I think. Well, I guess it would be weird for her to not know that her son wasn't dead. Yeah. But yeah, that's why I don't think it's.
She's like, "Oh no, you're dead."
It could have been like a switcheroo thing, Game of Thrones. But yeah, I don't believe that. But I saw that on here, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of interesting." It's someone linked those together.
It's interesting. It's completely.
It's one of those things that if it did happen, and like they just explained it like that, and like, "Oh, someone took the baby and just told her it died," like she didn't see it. Then I'd be like, "Oh, that's kind of neat." Like, I wonder what they're gonna do with that. But I don't think it's worth getting into.
No, and it's hard to believe that Cersei would let anyone take one of her children. Do you know what I mean? I mean, if there's one thing, she's a mother. A motherfucker, but she's a mother. You know what I mean? Like she loves her children.
She's more of a brother fucker.
Or I guess she loved her children.
Yeah. That's such an awesome scene when he just jumps out the window. That's one of my favorite scenes from Game of Thrones.
You know, fuck you. Is it your favorite scene because I got up?
It's a favorite scene because of what happened. So we were watching that season, and like it just so happens that it was some downtime, like they're talking. So he got up and went to go feed our family pig. She's in the kitchen, so he got some food down, threw it down, and we were like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "What?" He walks back in, and like the scene is over. So like, yeah, you might want to rewind that. So we rewind it, and then Tommen jumps out the window.
Motherfucker.
That was so funny. You want to read your next theory?
Yeah, I don't need to.
Oh, I'm Nick. I know it by heart. I'm so
well,
smart.
because we had this theory too.
What is it?
Arya kills Cersei with Jaime's face.
Oh, I have a theory that goes into that too. Let me find it. It was a spin on that. Let me. Oh, right here. Okay, so you go into yours a little bit with that, and then I'll interject.
Well, I mean, it's just that she's already done it once, pretended to be someone who's very famous, and then
she was
used it to. Well, I guess she didn't pretend to be someone very famous. She pretended to be someone and killed someone very famous.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, because the prophecy is that her younger brother will kill her, being Cersei.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of assumes it's Tyrion at first, but then I feel like everyone thinks that Jaime's going to kill her now at this point too.
But yeah, he left her in the last scene. He's going off to find Daenerys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just feel it would be the fucking coolest thing because she's got that list, and that's the only way
that she would get.
That's the way
Cersei
she
off
can
the
get
list.
Cersei off the list, and that's the way Jaime can kill her without
Mhm.
Jaime really killing her. The only problem is that Arya would have to kill Jaime. I don't think Jaime's was ever on her list. But not that she'd have a problem killing
Yeah,
him.
I always kind of forget that the
I've-
person has to be dead for them to use the face.
I don't know if that's true.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
That's just what it seems like, I guess.
It might be true.
So the one that I read goes into that she'll use Jaime's face to kill Cersei, and then to get some of the other people off of her list, she's gonna use Littlefinger's face.
I just read something about Littlefinger's face too.
Yeah, and she'll do that, and she'll kill like I can't the other Clegane, the Mountain. She'll kill him and like kill other people off of her list. Like she doesn't need to kill Joffrey and people like that because they're already gone.
Yeah.
But to get the rest of her stuff, and like and they said also she can move things around. She can also like before even killing Cersei, she can find out and plan stuff using Littlefinger's face.
You know what would be awesome?
Hmm.
If so, there's 6 episodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all fighting for 6 episodes. Everyone dies, but there's certain people that live or like are captured or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's, then they play the song and they run the credits. And then there's an after credit scene, and then Arya goes through and kills everyone on her list that's still alive. If there was
just like a montage of it.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Like Westworld when like the girls
It'd be like
stuck her arms stuck and she's just killing everybody.
Yeah, or like the end of Deadpool 2 where he goes back
Ah.
and then she's just like stabbing Cersei in the mountain, like he's in jail or something. Or
That'd
like
be
in
cool
a
because
dungeon
we're like,
somewhere.
oh, what? Then not a lot of people died, and then it's just a montage of her killing people.
Yeah.
That would be neat. Oh, this one I really liked. This also there's a lot of theories about Cersei dying that goes against the prophecy, but this one is this guy says just something that he thinks would be cool to happen. What if when Cersei gives birth to her baby, she gives birth to a dwarf and then dies while giving childbirth?
That's
Wouldn't that be fucking hilarious?
That would be funny. That would be quite ironic.
Yeah.
I was reading something that they were like they were like comparing Daenerys, Jon Snow, and Tyrion, and they're like they both have they're one of 3 siblings, and their mothers are dead, and blah blah blah. And I compared all of them. It was because they were saying that they were the 3 to ride the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that matters anymore. If one of the dragons a fucking White Walker.
Yeah. Unless they use your Melisandre lady to bring the dragon back.
Yeah. I can't wait for this next season.
Yeah. The more and more I'm seeing stuff about it, I'm like, fuck, I want it to happen.
Yeah, and then like
Is that guy getting loud on purpose?
yeah, I think so. It's cool that we're rewatching all this shit too, because it'll all be fresh.
Yeah.
I just hope we're done before.
I think we definitely will be.
Okay.
It takes us I think it was before I started season 4, I did the math, and it was like 28 more podcasts until we were done. Because it takes us like 5 weeks to do it, but then the last season's shorter and shit like that. So I think now we're at like 26 podcasts until we're done or whatever.
There's rumor. I mean, they haven't released the date yet.
Yeah.
But
It's rumored it's going to be in May, I think. I'm pretty sure. It's May or March.
I think in March, because
Oh, yeah, because you said because of True Detective ending.
True Detective starts in January.
Yeah, so
it's
it'll
probably
end around then.
I'm guessing it's 8 episodes. Could be 10, but the other 2 were 8.
Yeah.
It would end in February or March,
Mm-hmm.
and then bam.
That would be perfect timing.
Yeah.
It just depends if they're done with everything by then. There's been so many fucking delays with it.
Right.
Did I just read a theory or did you?
You did. I got
Okay.
one more.
It's your turn, then I'll read my rest.
Okay, so this last one is I don't know if I even want this to happen or whatever, but this also has to do with Arya. If you can't tell, Arya is my favorite character.
Oh, every one of your theories has been about her, so I kind of assume.
Well, Melisandre's not Arya.
You don't
unless
know. That could be a theory.
What if Arya puts on her head,
And
and then
which one, though?
all of them?
Oh, so she's like an old lady and young.
She'll put on the old lady outfit, and then just go around and start having sex with everybody.
Okay, you can just go on with your theory.
Okay. Well, you're the one that got me started. Arya will become Lady Stoneheart.
Oh, that would be an interesting twist on that.
Yeah, which that's what kind of caught my interest.
Yeah.
So there was two ways. So they were saying like, cause she could go around and kill people that are on her list, like we
Yeah.
said before, and that she's a silent assassin. So people might just like come up with the theory, oh, it's Catelyn Stark coming back from the dead to get, you know what I mean?
And just say like that was like a rumor that it was her.
Yeah,
but it's Arya.
but really it's Arya. But then I read something that said director
And
Alan.
she could use her mom's face to do that too.
No, I think she would have to like get her mom if he was in a river or something.
Oh yeah.
Director Alan Taylor, who directed Beyond the Wall, which is episode 6 of season 7.
Oh, so that's the one where the wall falls down.
I believe so. He hinted that one of the Stark sisters will die soon.
Oh.
Now, he hinted at this, I think, when that episode was coming out, so it was a long time ago.
Mhm.
So I think he just wanted the speculation about them, because that was when they were kind of fighting.
Yeah, they were fighting, and it was all just to kill Littlefinger.
Yeah, and they just didn't let the audience in on the joke, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be way off base.
No, I've heard there's a lot of it, 'cause, like, there's a set leak of, you can see King's Landing on fire, show that people escaping, and there's like, oh, you can see a dead Arya over there, but the people say she's a White Walker, which would be interesting if she actually is Lady Stoneheart, and they just think she's a White Walker shit. But it's also the same thing as like, oh, you can see Sansa dead though, so there's kind of like, you don't know, but there is like a thing there where like they're supposed to be escaping. You can see pictures of it.
King's Landing or Winterfell?
Winterfell. I mean, yeah, not King's Landing.
It's burning again?
I guess, yeah. There's pictures of it on fire, and they're like going away and all that. But I've seen 2 separate videos where they talk about that, and they said one said Arya's dead, and one said that Sansa was dead, and then you can clearly see it. So you really don't know when people just looking at pictures and seeing shit.
Yeah.
I can't tell who it is from the picture. You see someone like by their thing fighting, but
I'll be kind of upset. I'd be upset if either one of them died.
I feel like if any of them are gonna die, I think it might be Arya.
Why do you say that, motherfucker?
Well, I just feel like the way like they like set her up, like she's like always wants to fight, and I feel like it's worked with her all along. But then in this last season where it seems like no one's safe, I feel like it might bite her in the ass, or it'll be like a sacrifice, like she'll fight so then they can get away or something. But I don't know.
I'll be upset.
I can see that.
I'll be very upset.
I feel like Tyrion's gonna die too from his comments, like saying like he said like, oh, it's a beautiful ending. He's like, but even death can be a beautiful ending. Like it's kind of like,
Jesus.
but like I feel like a lot of people are gonna die in this last season.
Well, yeah, of course, but I only want the people that I want to die to die.
You're like, I just want Cersei to die, and that's it.
No, I don't care if they all die. I want Jon Snow to live, and I want Arya to
All right,
live.
just those 2. Then they have incest babies to repopulate the
I don't want them
Earth.
to have sex. They can keep like a chick around and a dude. Yeah. I mean, I don't want Sam to die necessarily, but if he died, I wasn't gonna. Like,
Yeah,
cry
I
about
wouldn't
it.
care. Plus, he's a liar. He said that he killed the first White Walker when it was Jon. Hashtag Sam is a liar. Keeping that going.
Every time.
This one is it's a bit weird, but I guess could potentially happen. Daenerys will become the Night's Queen with her son/daughter. Even more, there will be twins, and one will go with her, and one will stay human in Westeros. So Jon and Dany will stay in love, but as an impossible love of ice and fire. But peace will be accomplished. Dany up in the north with the sun, and Jon down south with the daughter, and one ice dragon and one fire dragon. Viserion is probably a goner. Some guy said, yeah, this is just my thoughts on what the finale will be. So he thinks that...
He thinks she's gonna become an ice princess? What is this?
Yeah, and it'll be like... Because then Song of Ice and Fire, and then, both separate. I feel like that'd be kind of weird, but I can kind of see that being an ending thing, too. I don't think she'll be a White Walker, but I think she'll maybe be... I don't know. I can see bits of that working.
Isn't she like all about fire?
Yeah, now she is. So she has to take a turn.
I think that guy watched Frozen one too many times or something.
Maybe he's getting confused with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's little bits of that where I can see them like sectioning off things and like her being one part, him being one part, but I don't know about her being like the Night's Queen and shit like that.
Yeah, I don't see that shit happening. I mean, she's...
Because I do feel like I feel like they're gonna win. I just kind of assume that, and they're gonna change like the rules. Like he'll change the Night's Watch stuff and shit. Like they'll do things different.
Mm-hmm.
Which I do hope if whoever wins, whoever it is, because this has been my big thing. Like I don't want it to just end and be like, all right, now I'm the king. Because I got the whole kind of point is that like everybody wants to do things their own way. I want to see how they change the world. So I hope we get to see a little bit of a time jump in the end, even if it's just like a last scene, just to see how things change.
What if it's like The Wire and they show everyone like in positions, like, and it's just gonna all happen again?
I'd be okay with that as long as I know what's gonna happen instead of just being like, and now Daenerys is queen.
Because in season 4 of The Wire, it's all about kids.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, so that's my favorite season. It's all about kids in school,
Mm-hmm.
and literally they show like the 5 kids are becoming 5 different characters.
Like it's gonna like keep going.
yeah, it's literally a cycle.
There's Armello Jr.
Yeah,
He walks around with like a even more sawed-off shotgun.
it's Michael. Yeah,
Oh, Michael Little.
well, his name's not little, but yes.
This one we've talked about a little bit before, just me and you by ourselves in a little room together. Is that Bran Stark is why the Mad King kept saying, "Burn them all."
See, that's interesting.
This guy goes into, because before I just thought it would be like him saying burn them all to burn the White Walkers, but this guy says that it's because he thinks he's trying to get him to say bring them to the wall, kind of like Hodor, hold the door, Hodor.
Oh my God, really?
But and like he just fucked it up, and then Jamie had to kill Mad King.
So does Bran have like a speech impediment or something?
Maybe he doesn't know how to say things in other people's mouths.
But he can go back in time.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's why, like, when he was like saying
feel
"dad" or whatever to his dad was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "What the fuck?"
The Hodor thing is such a crazy thing because
I
nobody
remember when that happened. I was like, "Oh fuck, there's time travel in Game of Thrones. I'm in."
Nobody saw that coming. Like no one was on Reddit. Well, maybe.
Well, Bran probably did. Oh no, he
No,
didn't
he
either.
didn't.
Yeah, no, he did.
So, and
But that's like that. There's
people.
It's things like that it's so impossible to guess that would happen.
Correct. It's also kind of dumb to have it happen again.
Well, I mean, maybe. I feel like I
I mean-
feel like that was a thing that like a lot of shows do, where it's like that's like showing you something, and then because theoretically the Mad King thing happened in the past, so like the Hodor thing would be it happening again possibly, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
It just depends.
The Hodor thing happened in. Well, I guess
We
that
don't-
happened in the future, but it whatever.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. To me, it's not as cool because it already happened once.
Honestly, I think it'd be cool because you wouldn't really need as much explanation for that, and then you see me, he's like, oh, because I think part of the theory I read originally that just showed me the Night King thing is that like there's an episode, or maybe it's even throughout this next season, he goes back to the Mad King and he's like, all right, stop them, go to the wall, like you'll stop the White Walkers, blah blah. Oh, fuck that up. Now the Mad King's dead. Oh, now I'll do whatever, and then eventually he goes into the Night King, and then we flash back to what's the guy's name? Jojen. I call him Tojin. Jojen, when he told him, like, if you're in something too long, you get stuck, and then he gets stuck in the Night King. That was the original thing I read. Like, it just kept going bigger and bigger. He's trying to stop the White Walkers, and he ends up becoming the Night King.
I don't want him to become the Night King.
I really do.
But but as you just said it, he could be in the Night King and not be the Night King also.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think the thing is because he wargs into that guy,
Yeah.
and then the guy becomes the Night King, and then he's stuck.
Oh, so did he have to warg into him when the fucking children?
I think
I almost called them children of the corn.
same thing.
Children
Of
of
the
the forest killed him.
Yeah, I think it would have to be around there. I mean, I guess it could be beforehand, but wouldn't he be so powerful that like you wouldn't be able to warg into him? You'd think, like it'd make more sense for him to do it.
I don't want that to happen.
I think it'd be cool.
Because
Because I bet that'd be another thing that's like, oh fuck, even though like we've been saying it forever.
No, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily like a bad thing. I just am not rooting. I just don't want it to happen for my personal beliefs. I feel like Bran's a good person. I don't want him to be. It's not that he becomes a bad person, but kinda. You know what I mean?
Well, like, I feel like if he did it, and I don't know why this is just in my head, I feel like if he's stuck there, he almost doesn't know he's the Night King. Until maybe he'll realize it when it happens to Bran, when Bran's like, oh fuck, I'm stuck, and then maybe the Night King will be like, oh, I'm Bran.
After he kills Daenerys.
Maybe, yeah.
He's like, oh, sorry, John.
He'll be about to kill John, he'll be like, what's up, brother?
Sorry, John.
I'm gonna go climb that thing, I can climb again.
Yeah, that's true.
So getting into my next theory, because we're not really gonna get anywhere with the Night King, we don't know. But speaking of the White Walkers, you know how, like, a couple weeks ago, you asked me about the White Walkers leaving those symbols around.
Yeah.
I'm not going to read it because it's a huge thing on Reddit. Some guy talked about how he doesn't think it was the White Walkers that did that. He thinks it was something else, maybe those weird other wildling people, you know. But he thinks it was like a calling to the White Walkers to make them keep going, because he pointed out a bunch of things that I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense. About, like, there's been multiple situations where, like, they didn't like disassemble people and like cut their heads off and do other shit with them. Like when they got the baby and like they cared for it, and then they turned it into a White Walker.
Right.
And when they went to go get Gilly Hatter baby's baby,
nobody knows what you're talking about.
Bobby and Billy might, our only two viewers. When he went to them to get, he just pushed Sam out of the way and tried to get the baby. Like, there's multiple situations like that where like if they were really chopping up people to put their symbols, like yo, White Walker's coming, like
Yeah.
they would have done it to anybody. So he pointed out like 6 different cases where they didn't do that. They pushed people out of the way or just fought when they needed to and stuff like that. That he thinks there was another group setting up symbols to like call the White Walkers. Or even just like to spook people, I guess too.
It is. So is he saying that the White Walkers are actually not bad people?
No, I think they are so bad people, but like they're not the ones that like cutting up horses' heads and fucking setting them in different shapes and people's legs and like killing all the wildlings and shit like that. He's saying like they didn't do that. It was someone else.
Maybe they were spelling help in the snow with the bodies.
Like the wildlings were, or
no, the White Walkers, because they're dead and they need help.
Oh yeah, and they're like, hey yo, can we have some blankets? It's fucking cold over here.
Yeah.
Maybe.
One of them was like in shorts and shit. Not really, but like didn't have a shirt on. It's like, what the fuck?
But I read that and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting because you just brought that up and like we talked about it. Like, why would they do that?
The only thing is like at this point, what does it matter? They're here now.
Yeah. Maybe they'd be like, oh yeah, whoever sent those things, thanks. We're here now. We got a dragon.
Yeah, you're now king of the north.
I read one thing too. I thought it was kind of funny. It was that the White Walkers are gonna win. They'll destroy everything, and everyone's gonna go to some island and stay there because you know they said we learned that the White Walkers can't swim except for the ones that went and got the dragon underwater and put the chains on them.
Yeah.
Other than that, they can't swim, and they'd make it there. But then I looked through the comments and no one commented this. I was like, well, if say the White Walkers win, and like Jon and Daenerys, they escape to a place like, well, we're on an island, so White Walkers can't get us. They have a fucking ice dragon. They could just fly over there and get them.
True.
No one commented that. I was surprised.
Well, don't 2 dragons beat 1 dragon?
I feel like an ice dragon's more powerful. Don't you?
Why, 'cause it's blue?
Yeah, it's a little cooler looking. I want an ice dragon pop figure. That'd be fucking dope.
It is cooler looking. I'll give you that.
That last scene of the fucking dragon is awesome.
Do you remember when that sunk into our head that it was going to come back as a...
Yeah. There's probably us in our video, like, thinking about it.
Yeah.
Or talk about it. That was really cool.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. And we're watching it, they were like, oh, God. And then I think one of your first comments was like, how the fuck did they get that? How'd they know to bring chains?
Yeah.
I think I only got a couple more theories. Oh, this is the dumbest one I got of all time. I might have missed some, but no, I don't think
I got a theory that I didn't write down. You want me to go next?
Yeah, sure. Then I'll read my last dumb one.
So, in the book, they talk about a lot of the prince who's promised, and...
Oh, it's funny. I think that goes into what my next one is.
Oh, really?
If I'm not mistaken. Either that or I just read one about that. And
well, so it's... And a lot of people think it's Jon.
Mm-hmm.
For many reasons. Because of fire and ice, and he's got the right parents for that.
Yeah.
Of course, you have to find out who your parents are first.
Well, Sam and Bran know, so maybe he'll know eventually.
Sam I am and Bran I am.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously he's going to find out eventually. The question is, what does he do with it? But,
yeah.
I guess I don't go too far into... Like, I read the books, but I don't go, like, beyond that.
Looking into, like, other people's opinions and shit on the book?
People are fucking crazy. But I guess he has to sacrifice someone with...
Oh, I read part of something like that.
So they were
like, I think it's going to be Arya or something like that.
Oh, I read Daenerys.
Oh, really?
Because she's fire, and then he kills her, and then... But she has to sacrifice herself to then...
That would be interesting if there was, like, a betrayal like that. That we're like, oh, fuck.
Well, and then I don't even know. They weren't even calling it a betrayal. They were saying more that it was like her sacrificing herself. But then like Jon would have to do it. And, you know,
that'd be interesting.
Yeah,
like I don't know a lot about that. But
see, and then here's the thing. So then like does he do that and then go kill Bran?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So this one, I don't think it actually goes into that, but I did read something about that. So someone said, I was thinking about the scene that shows Jon Snow's birth and when his parents are shown getting married. What if Jon was a twin? And before Ned Stark got to the tower where Lyanna gave birth, maybe this guy has terrible writing. Maybe has there's twins born. And the first one was born of Targaryen genes with white hair and purple eyes. And Lyanna knew, am I saying her name right? Lyanna?
It's Leanna, but
Lyanna. Knew that Ned couldn't pass that child as his own, so she sent that one away. But then Jon, having dark hair and normal eyes, knew that Ned could raise him as his own. This would mean that Jon would be the Song of Ice and Fire to his twin. And this could happen to say Jon could stay the King of the North and his twin could be the firstborn and sit on the throne. Someone legit thought that theory and wrote it down.
And they're waiting 8 years to show us the twin.
Yeah, the first comment is, and they kept him in the corner during every big scene.
Yeah, like what the...
Someone's like, we're just going to hide you over here, little Jon Snow. Like, what the fuck? That was that was the last and dumbest one I read today. And I read a lot of theories.
I read some. I didn't go into as much detail as you because I kind of thought we could converse about the ones we had and then come up with our own a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to think. We should probably do this again when we're all caught up. Hopefully we're caught up before.
I think we'll have like a week or two before the show starts.
And we can go fucking theory crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, Jon Snow has a triplet out there. Fucking 3 Jon Snows in the end on every dragon. Fuck Daenerys.
Wow.
You want to get into Pleeka, help us. Help us. Help us. Help us. Help us. Help us.
Sure.
All right, let me scroll down to that. All right, there's a couple of them that are pretty normal this week. And by a couple, I mean one. This first one, it's called Hamster or Guinea Pig. So I have to decide what to get between 2 hamsters and a guinea pig. What do you guys think?
What?
So they get a hamster or a guinea pig?
They can't fucking decide that at Petco? Why they gotta bother us with that shit?
They put it on Reddit 22 hours ago, so they probably already bought one.
Which is more expensive?
Guinea pig, definitely.
Then get a fucking hamster because it's gonna die in 6 weeks anyways.
Not if you take care of it.
What happened to your hamster?
It ran away.
What happened to your guinea pig?
I never had one.
What happened to Taylor's guinea pig?
Mom killed it.
Okay. They're all dead.
Just like she killed my pony.
All the rodents are dead.
Yeah. This next one is, this one I thought was real fucking creepy.
You could get a guinea pig and a cat.
Tell me when I'm reading this because I know I read this before. I don't think I saved it and read it on the show. But stop me if I did read it down here. I don't think I have. Could be reading it double.
Now you're assuming I pay attention.
Yeah. I opened an email and it has a video of me at age 15. Does that sound familiar? No, okay, good. It had no subject. It's from a fake email address. How does a fake email address email you? Wouldn't it just not work?
Well, how does he know it's fake?
Good point. There's no message, just a 30-second video of me at age 15 on my way home from school, presumably because of the location. Answering questions. It doesn't look like I know I'm being recorded because I don't look at the camera at all. I look slightly above and to the ground to pet a dog, it looks like. There's no sound on the video. For context, the only thing I can see in it is by lip reading is I'm saying something about my mum and school.
Mum?
Yeah, mum.
So he's British?
Yeah. Hey, what should I do? The video was taken approximately 3.5 years ago, and suddenly this person finds my email and sends me the video to purposely make me feel uncomfortable. What can I do? So
well, I mean,
what would you do if you randomly got do you check your email? You check your email a lot. You randomly got an email of you from like 3 years ago that you had no idea was taken of you. And
if I got a video of me taken?
Yeah, with no audio, you're just like walking down the street, someone took a video of you and then emailed it to you.
That would probably freak me out because it's definitely from a serial killer.
Yeah. That guy is probably dead that
right.
Reddit.
So, I mean, I guess I would just try to stay in the light. And
I don't think I'd ever leave the house again. I mean, the email just for me would be like biker lover 666 or whatever, and I'd be like, oh, God, no, it's the bikers again.
See, first of all, why would you read that? Like, if it's an email you don't recognize, like, why are you?
Well, he said if it no subject and like that, but it had like I don't know. I wouldn't click it. Yeah.
Here, I don't know who this is. Oh, they sent me a video. I'm just gonna click on it. Oh, look, it's me petting a dog.
It's a lot of steps that we wouldn't take. Yeah.
It sounds like a bad serial killer movie. You know, like, oh, once you look at this video, now they're gonna
7 days. You get a phone call afterward. Now it'd be like a tweet.
Yeah. So like
7 days. # you're fucked.
But it's definitely a serial killer. This person is definitely going to die.
So no advice needed. You're dead.
No. I mean, I would say maybe get a jumpy house or something and enjoy the last couple days of your life because...
No, this is where your very first advice comes in hand. Get a dog. It'll protect you.
But don't get like a Chihuahua.
No, get like a Rottweiler or like a pit bull or
what?
a Rottweiler or fucking get a BodyGuard.
You act like you never
Something.
had a bodyguard.
Something big that'll German Shepherd and teach it to go for the guy's dick. But that involves you leaving the house and bringing it home and training it. You're probably already dead at that point.
Yeah.
So
I mean, what-
I'd get a bouncy.
You know what'd be
house and just-
great? You know, good ending in that story. You go to the pet store, you pick out a dog, you go to pay for the dog.
And is the guy behind the counter is the killer?
Yep. And he
He's
kills
like,
you.
nice dog, bitch.
Yep.
That would be kind of cool.
Yep.
All right, we got one more. This one, it even has an update to it.
Okay.
And this is the uncomfortable one of the week. You know, we have to have one that's like, you know?
I thought that's all you went for.
No, I tried to go easy on you this week by guys gonna die and guinea pigs. We're trying to film a podcast here, dogs. Dogs, stop barking. All right. So, there's something going on between me and my son.
I don't like where this is going.
Throwaway, like a throwaway account for reasons. I'm 41 and my son is 14. I, being single father since he was 2, his mother and I are divorced. Don't want to go into details. We spent
Too late.
we spent a lot of time together. I love him more than anything in the world. He is a
That's
playful and
bullshit.
positive child.
Oh, it's definitely not us then.
Yeah, you fucking hate me. But for some weeks, there has been a change in his behavior. He seems to be attracted by me physically. Yes, it may sound weird, but this is the truth. You want to interject with something?
No.
Yeah. You want to say that?
No, that was gross. I don't want to hear this.
Gotta tell you, that's not the worst part that goes on. It doesn't get as bad as you may be thinking, but it gets weird. It gets to, like, if something happened like I did to you, you'd probably like instinctively like hit me or something. Maybe not even
I want
instinctively.
to
You
hit
already
you
wanna
already
hit me.
for reading this.
Yeah. So he would walk past me and touch my crotch accidentally. He put it in quotes too. I didn't
Were they
notice.
finger quotes?
No, I didn't notice all this until yesterday. So this happened multiple times. He's like, I got a feeling my son's touching my crotch on
He's a-
purpose.
Sorry, Dad.
That's what I do. I didn't. Ross, shut the fuck up! I didn't notice this until yesterday. He's been down with a fever for some days, so I slept in his room with him. How come you don't sleep in my room when I feel sick?
'Cause that's not normal.
Like, he gets into this and he says it's normal. So in the middle of the night, I suddenly felt something on my crotch. I figured it was my son touching me now. I didn't want him to know that I knew it was happening, so I quietly changed positions. What would you do if you're sleeping next to me at night and you feel something grabbing your crotch?
Probably punch you in the face.
I'm like, oh, sorry, I didn't know, Dad. Leave me alone. Now, I am writing this. Well, yeah, we know that. He is my first child, and I don't know if this is normal or not. I wouldn't want to talk to him about this and make him feel awkward. Should I talk to him?
Okay.
Help me out. And then the guy says, please, no jokes. Some thoughts upon this, thanks. And the guy said, edit, I'm happy for your reading all your comments, and there will be an update. And then he does update this. But before we read the update, you have any comments?
That could be the creepiest thing you've ever read. And you read some creepy shit.
Yeah.
I'm speechless because, first of all, it's not normal to sleep with a 14-year-old boy at any point, whether he has a fever or not. Right?
I don't know. I thought after this we were going to go cuddle in bed. And I'm not even a 14-year-old boy.
He's
Does that make it more normal, or?
I don't know.
So,
But I almost feel like
you feel
if
like the
you're-
dad wants it?
a little bit
Oh, well, he goes, I'm not going to...
because he asked if it's normal.
His updates.
Of course, it's not fucking normal.
His update is huge. But he updates
So's
it.
his penis, apparently.
Yeah, son likes it. But he updates it, and he said that he talked to his son
Mm-hmm.
about it. He's like, and as he was saying it, his son started getting red in the face and kind of was understanding what he was talking about. Because he was like, it's okay, you're acting different, blah, blah, all this stuff. And then the son's like, I'm sorry, Dad, I won't touch your crotch anymore, and like all this stuff I'll never do. And he's like, no, you don't have to be sorry. It's normal. It's fine. Kids your age, they experiment. It's cool. But just, don't touch my crotch anymore. And then he said he had to get to the real question he wanted to know. Is someone else touching you this way, making you think it's okay to touch me this way? And the son was like, no, Dad, you don't got to worry about that. And then that was it. That's all the updates.
I never even thought about someone touching.
I didn't either. I just thought the kid was weird. Then he said that, and I was like, oh, fuck, is it? And then the guy said no, so luckily no.
Yeah, I almost felt
the
that
kid's
way.
not being touched. The kid's just touching his dad. I got no advice for this. Because the situation's already done. It's just weird, and I wanted to make you feel awkward.
Where's mommy?
She's divorced. She's out of the picture.
Yeah, I know. Maybe she needs to be in the picture.
He didn't want to get into detail. The kid probably touched her, and she's like, "No, fuck this. We got a weird son."
Or the mom walked home and they were fucking.
That's why you didn't want to get into details.
I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Well, on that note, thanks for watching Unearthly Duo this week. Comment down below your Game of Thrones theories. If you want to give any of the advice on the things we read this week, go ahead. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.
Definitely a serial killer. This person's definitely going to die.